Welcome to BeastPod Official, the only official companion podcast to the massively popular Mr. Beast content library. I'm Peter, and I've been on Team Beast for a couple of years now, watching and loving every upload.
And I'm Cam.
Let me roar real quick. Let me open with a roar, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Roar!
And I'm Cam, and I definitely think it's cool that we could get a ton of money for doing this one day.
Well, remember, it's more about the journey than the destination, Cam. We're setting out to discuss all things Beast, so listen along as we break down every upload that Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast, drops. In this episode, we're discussing, would you swim with sharks for $100,000? And joining us today, we have a friend, Ye, who happened to be in this upload.
Yeah, you guys are never going to believe this, but Ye is literally the star of this episode.
And she's not even one of the sharks. She stole the show from the sharks.
Yep, sharks look like shit after Ye went in there.
Can I roar as well?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Roar!
Okay.
Cool.
All right. That was exciting.
Yeah.
You are the first ever Mr. Beast star we've ever had on the show.
I'm honored. I'm so honored to be the first star.
And you earned the title. I mean, we'll talk about your segment more, but Ye actually slacklined across a deep canyon. Was it the Grand Canyon?
No, it was this canyon called the Fruit Bowl in Moab, in Utah.
Fruit Bowl.
Mm-hmm. The Fruit Bowl.
Slacklined across a section of it, and it was terrifying to watch. We'll talk about it more. But I guess we can start with the breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, so this, just so you know, I'm objective on the show. So if I'm ever saying anything about Mr. Beast that's a little negative, it's not a reflection on you.
Okay.
At all.
And he does like to say negative things about
I'm not
Mr.
negative.
Beast,
I'm just a little bit more objective.
Okay. All right.
So the Shark Challenge, it starts off, would you swim with sharks for $100K?
We got Chris taking a dive in the ocean, shark-infested waters, to grab...
These aren't great whites, though. These aren't dangerous sharks.
I agree.
They are little kitty sharks. It's all bark and no bite. There's no danger here.
But think about the visuals of this. I mean, that is a terrifying thing to watch. My heart was still racing.
So is Jaws, but that's fake.
Well, we didn't know how dangerous these sharks were, and I think that's important to think about, because watching that, I still was on the edge of my seat wondering, oh, God, is Chris going to be okay? Are they going to make it back to the ship safely?
I mean, I was more concerned about Ye this episode, but okay, that's more.
I think all sharks are safe except great whites. I have come to believe that.
Interesting.
That's probably true.
So I agree with you.
Have you ever swam with sharks?
No, but if I were to, I wouldn't be scared unless they were great whites.
Great whites?
Great
whites?
Well, let me ask you this. When you were doing this Mr. Beast episode, did they just pitch you a bunch of different challenges you could do, and then you picked the slacklining one?
No. I think they saw that I slacklined, and they're like, hey, do you want to be a part of this project? And from there, I was able to bring a couple friends, go rig the line, yeah.
So you are a professional slackliner.
I am a professional slackliner, whatever that may mean.
Pete, what do you think that means?
I think that you probably do it and, make a somewhat of a living off of it, whether it's through content creation or, I think that's maybe what professional means.
Sure.
I don't have a dictionary with me, otherwise I would look it up. But I think from clips I've seen of your stuff, you are often dangling over great crevices, great gaps of nature. Sometimes I feel uneasy watching. I don't know how you do it.
Just a little bit of practice. I've been slacklining since I was 13, so
wow.
I think for the past 13 years.
And what got you into it?
I used to rock climb. I saw it at my rock climbing gym, and it was just a little piece of rope basically just strung up, and I was I don't know, the little kid in me was okay, make it across.
I'm sorry, Pete's being so rude right now. Cracking open a soda while our guest is talking.
I'm sorry, Pete. I couldn't do that more quietly. It's the can.
It was nice and crisp in my headphones. I liked it. Can you do it again?
Oh.
Awesome.
That was
nice.
My interpretation.
ASMR.
Yeah. How do you feel about the danger element of slacklining?
I'd like to say I'm on the safer side of slackliners. So there's Free Solo. Do you guys remember that movie with Alex Honnold?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where he just climbs the cliff. So it's the equivalent of that is just not using a harness and a rope. And so we have friends that do that. Or we'll have base jump backpacks on and just like jump off the high line. And I have a harness most of the time,
Okay.
every time, and a leash, so I know I'm safe and don't fall and die.
Have you ever slacklined without that though? Like just
No, not
freeballed
on
it?
like in high places, but not high enough where I would like die. Probably high enough where I'd like break a leg or something, or like hit a rock maybe. But no. So there's actually like multiple types of slacklining to break it down. There's like trick lining, which is, you know, the videos where you see I'm like bouncing up and down and doing tricks, and then high lining, which is exactly like what it sounds like, really high up. And you need like a harness and a leash so you don't die.
Now let me ask you this: 1,000 feet of slacklining above 1,000 feet, does that equal 20K in your mind?
No, because I would do it anyways.
Oh, you would just do it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for a while. The highest I've slacklined is 3,000 feet, and I did that
Whoa.
for
Do you get
the
40K?
joy of it.
Double the height, double the cash?
I wish Jimmy was at the end of that one.
That would have been exciting.
That
I mean, have you always considered yourself like an adrenaline junkie?
no, actually, like not at all. I feel like I'm pretty safe.
Okay. Something just came over you when you were like 13. You're like, this is...
Yeah, that was when I hopped on my first high line actually too.
Wow.
Damn.
Because I like grew up climbing and doing all that stuff, and like I do like basically like all like board sports, and I would say was it like the jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not an adrenaline junkie though.
Now, do you slackline to EDM?
Yes, sometimes.
Is that a much better experience than just slacklining to, I don't know, like some fucking indie pop?
No, so when I'm like trick lining, when I'm doing the tricks, I'm listening to EDM, some hardcore EDM,
There's also nothing wrong
like
with indie pop.
Skrillex.
I never said there was.
You seem to indicate otherwise sometimes when I'm
Nope.
listening
Nope.
to it in my room.
Yay, what did you think about the B story for this episode? We're gonna get to your part, but there was like the hot and cold rooms.
Oh yeah, which like Eric walked into.
Yeah. Had a choice between the hottest room in the world and the coldest room in the world.
Yeah.
And every hour he was in there, a random stranger would win $10,000 just because of what Eric was doing. I mean, that was fun to watch.
Wait, was it each hour a different random stranger gets 10K, or
No,
the
it was
same
piling
random
on
person?
for the same random person.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he was doing it all for this stranger. She seemed super appreciative. And he had some interesting tactics. They had like an ice bed in the cold room, and so he tried sleeping through a good chunk of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then Mr. Beast caught on and had, I think it was Chris, smash the bed into smithereens so he couldn't keep sleeping through the cold.
Brutal.
Well,
it was really...
do we
that
know
was a
how
little
cold that
unfortunate.
room was, though?
I don't remember exactly, but it was in the negatives, as far as I could tell. And I mean, he looked cold. I will say that much.
Okay. And then, so that's like the B story. Like we're cutting back to that throughout the episode.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
there's a lot going on in this one. The shark one was just the opener.
That's just the title.
It claimed the title, and it was the opener. But then there were a lot of other challenges. We had the Glass Bridge, which was a remake of a challenge from the Squid Game video that Mr. Beast did. If people could cross the glass bridge that had different panels that would break if you jumped on them. If they could cross this bridge, they would win $420K or $26,000, almost $500,000. No one made it across, even though Mr. Beast graciously gave them the path that they should follow.
Yeah, so this is an important thing with this episode, where he literally tells the contestants before they go on, he's like, all right, this is where you're going to do right, left, like, right, left,
Yeah.
right. And he tells them the whole code as if they're going to remember that.
Yeah, that sounds like a Jimmy move.
You think he likes to get inside people's heads?
Absolutely.
Did he play
Absolutely.
tricks on you?
No.
Not
Okay.
that you know of.
Not that I know of, no.
Would you
He
say
just
that
like
he
cuts the line like while I'm on there.
would you say that he lives rent free in your head at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's stuck with you. He made an
He-
impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think Mr. Beast wants contestants to win the money, ultimately?
Ultimately, like I think so, right? That makes the best content. Like who wants to
but
see
he's-
people not win?
But he's losing money. It's costing him money.
But he's making money through like the burgers.
Think
and
about those money
the
shots.
chocolates, the feastables.
The footage of someone receiving that kind of
Yeah, it's
prize, it's you can't repeat that.
It's just like dopamine.
That's just unmatched footage, unmatched content that we get to enjoy, and we get to contribute to his view count and retention rates, and he just makes more
let me
money
ask
off
you guys
that
this.
to give
What
away.
did you think of Beast's outfit in this episode? Sporting a Donda tee.
You know, I think this was pre-latest Yay.
Okay.
I think, you know, I don't know if Jimmy would quite endorse.
It's right there in the video. I guess I was just wondering.
I
Because I
mean-
see that. I'm thinking about some things Kanye said. I'm thinking, oof.
I mean, if YouTube adds a feature where you can go in and CGI out clothing from early uploads, I mean, maybe he'll do that, but I don't know how he would do that otherwise, how he would, you know, disassociate.
Well, and also interesting, Chris is repping the Suicide Boys this episode, decked out with a hat and tee.
Do you listen to Suicide Boys?
I used to in high school. Do you
What
like them?
changed?
Do you like them?
I don't know the Suicide. Well, I know of them. I don't know the Suicide Boys.
You've never slacklined for them or anything?
No, not yet. Not yet.
But literally, so right after that, though, we get to your part, which I think was the best part.
I'm
Yeah, so-
flattered. I'm flattered.
Did you know in advance that Jimmy was going to do an ad read for Experian?
No.
Okay, so you got
No,
there
no.
and he...
That was pretty thrown off, actually.
Okay.
Do you feel like that was a little rude of him to be just doing an ad break while you're risking your life for entertainment?
I don't know how to answer this part, but it's maybe a little rude, Jimmy. But it was funny because like they had told me before, and I was like, "How are you gonna say no to Jimmy? He's just a nice guy."
Yeah, you
He's such a
made
nice
it all
guy.
the way there. You're
Yeah,
not
I'm
gonna
like
turn
all the way.
around
I'm
now.
already in the middle of the canyon. How am I gonna say no?
Yeah.
Well, so I really want to get into this.
Yeah.
Now, I know that, you said you signed an NDA.
Yes.
Okay, so you can't talk about everything. So, Pete, I'm thinking maybe we ask her some questions about Beast, but we
Well, I have
figure out a safe word.
I have a question. Did you download Experian? Because I did.
She
And
might
I
have-
learned a lot about credit scores.
Well, this is why I want to do the NDA thing, because maybe she can't answer that.
No, I
No,
think
I
you can probably
didn't
answer.
download Experian.
Okay. See, I've been learning a lot about credit scores. It's like kind of like my introduction to, I guess, like the mainstream economy. And it's been kind of frustrating because I learned that you need like a good credit score to receive money like in
To
loans.
do like anything.
And it was like, discovering all this was like really an awakening for me, and to understanding even more why Mr. Beast's economy is truly the future. Like, why would I wait years to build up some made up number when I could just go out onto the street in the hopes of Mr. Beast walking by me and gifting me 10K, 20K, 500K?
I honestly think for each Mr. Beast video you watch, your credit score should go up a little bit.
I'd support that. I mean, I think these like antiquated systems should get some kind of like rehabbing, some retrofitting. Is that the word? Just to, you know, actually adapt to younger generations like us.
Credit was made, what, in the 90s?
Uh,
That's before Beast
I
was
think I was
making
seeing like the
anything.
80s. Yeah, it might have
The
been a
80s?
Reagan thing.
Okay.
And now it's like you need you can't get a house unless you have like these credit scores. And I think it was awesome that Mr. Beast did this ad read, maybe not in the middle of like your thing, but I think it was like he was covertly kind of awakening us to the fact that these credit score systems are just morally bankrupt in a sense. That his way is the future of just looking at these challenges as a way of receiving money rather than waiting years on end and doing these arbitrary challenges just to build up an imaginary number.
Okay, so this is what I want to know. Not too much about credit scores. I want to know, how tall is Mr. Beast?
It's like 5
5?
5 foot. No, he's
5
probably
foot?
He's probably like 5'11" or something. I don't know.
5'11".
Or he's taller than that. He feels taller than that. If I were to like come up with a number, it'd be like 6'3" because he's Mr. Beast. But I feel like he's like 5'11".
I was going to say 6'9". He loves that joke.
Oh yeah, he's yeah. That's
Not
how
quite
tall
that
he is.
height though.
If there is...
What's the safe word?
Okay, wait. If there's a safe word, what should the safe word be?
Mr. Beast.
20K.
20K.
20K? Should it just be
Or-
Beast?
Yeah.
You say Beast.
Well, we say beast a lot on this, so I don't know if that would. What's a crappy YouTuber?
Crappy YouTuber?
Maybe not that even. Just what about Big Fall? Because that's
Big Fall?
that'd be a bad.
Yeah, does that sound like a good safe word to you?
Big fall.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, if we ask you
Sure.
anything that might cross the NDA, just say big fall.
Big fall.
I took a big fall.
Okay. See if we would know. Okay, NDA was signed. We can't keep prodding.
Okay.
I did take a big fall at in the video.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
there was
we
that
need a-
moment.
okay, we
but you
need
made it back. Okay, we need
Yeah,
another
we need
a
safe
safe
word.
word.
Okay.
We need a different one.
What? How about the safe word
was
is just
slackline?
roar?
Roar.
Yeah, if you want to
Just
just let out a
roar.
roar, we'll know that we can't keep.
Okay.
So, first question here is, how did you come in contact with Mr. Beast?
Someone reached out to me over email, and I was like, "There's no way this is real." And
Okay.
I guess it is because I ended up meeting these random people in the middle of the desert, and
Did it just go from email to meeting them on set, or did you have a phone call with them beforehand, or like a FaceTime?
I think I jumped on like a couple like meeting calls with them with the team. Yeah.
Okay.
Do they use Google Teams or Zoom or?
I think it was Zoom.
Okay.
I don't know though.
Okay.
Now,
Roar.
yeah, we can't answer that. What was Beast's vibe in planning this thing?
Was what?
What was Beast's like vibe with like planning this thing?
Like Jimmy's.
Did he like tell you exactly what the thing was gonna be? Like we're gonna go like slackline at Fruit Canyon, whatever, or was there room for you to be like, why don't we do it here?
It was like I kind of like I was also like a consultant on it too. So I was also the talent as well. So I was the one who found like the location. Originally we were gonna do it in North Carolina, but I think
They don't have canyons. They just
Yeah,
have that
this is-
giant pit
Oh
that he
yeah,
built
wait.
for
Do
his
you know
latest
where
upload.
he found that giant pit?
Would you
from
ever
Train vs. Pit?
slackline across the
no,
giant
what
pit?
pit? Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, let me
So
pull it
his
up.
latest upload, Train versus Giant Pit, he rams an entire actual.
Oh, I've
train
heard
into a
of that.
giant
I
pit.
have not seen that. No.
It seems massive.
I feel like I heard about a massive train, or is that
Yeah.
Airx video? I don't know.
I
No,
think it
check
was-
this out.
Oh, that's a pretty big pit
Yeah. Do you think you could slackline across that?
for 40 grand.
Okay.
For 40 grand?
Name your price. Ye's named her price, Mr. Beast. Will you respond?
Oh, I thought you were gonna play the video for some reason.
No,
I'm just
no.
looking at this thumbnail of this pit.
Still images.
It's just
Kind of
like-
our specialty. We haven't figured out videos yet on this program. Did you like all go out for lunch after you
No,
crossed
no.
the canyon?
They flew in on like a private jet,
Okay.
like a whole like a crew of them. So there were some people there beforehand, but they flew in, and then it was pretty sick. We all like had like off-roading cars, like Jeeps and stuff like that, because like you like had to like, it's in like the city of like Moab, so you really have to like drive in like probably like 30 minutes into like the middle of the desert. And so we all met out there the day of. I had to go and actually rig the line beforehand, and
And what goes into rigging the line?
a lot. So you obviously you have to have like the main line. So this is like the basics of it. You have like the main line and the backup line, and then you have like bolts on either side. It's all different for whatever kind of line you're rigging, but there's like backups on backups, and you have to like basically pass the line over to the other side and then rig one side, then rig the other, make sure the leash is safe, everything's safe. But like while we were rigging it, I actually posted a video about this, but like a snowstorm hit.
At
Like a-
Fruit Canyon.
Fruit bowl, yeah, in the fruit bowl, and like you can just see this like storm like rolling into the canyon while we're like just finishing rigging. It's just like this video of me next to the line, and then the entire like canyon just like gets like covered, and like it's just like a snowstorm starts hitting us as we're
my
like running
God.
back to the car.
Whoa.
Yeah, we weren't even sure how it was gonna be the day of the shoot because it was like snowing that morning. Or
Well,
like the day
in a
before, too.
way, they probably didn't incorporate that because that might have been colder than the coldest room
Yeah.
that guy was in for the B story.
You're right.
Well, I'm also curious. Was there any point when you were on the line that you were afraid that another storm was going to roll in and blow the briefcases of money into the canyon?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I was like ready to catch all the money.
Now,
Okay.
is that real money on set, or is that play money?
Rawr.
Okay. All right. We're
Okay,
getting
so
a
there's
little too
secrets
far.
that we just won't know about Beast, and that's
Mr. Beast
okay.
is a man of secrets.
I actually don't entirely know. I don't even remember if like
Was it locked, the case?
no,
No. Okay.
it wasn't locked. I think at one point there was some money that was like maybe blowing out because it was like pretty windy. I was like scared to go on the line at first because Yeah, it's like this canyon in the middle of like nowhere.
Damn. Wait. Now hold on. Now, do you have any spotters when you're going, or
No.
it's literally just you? You have
It's
to
just
rig
me.
it.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
I like hired a couple friends to come with me, and they helped me rig the line. But we rigged it like, the day of that storm, and then got back there. But there's like no spotters or anything.
Damn,
Yeah.
that is hardcore.
Yeah, my little toesies were getting a little cold. But like right as I was about to walk, I think like in the footage there's like sun, but we had like a fire, like we had a campfire that we had like built right to the side so we can all like go over there and
Oh
like
my
warm
God.
up. I had this like cute little footage of like all of us around the little campfire.
Now, did Beast, was he like hyping you up beforehand? Like, what was his energy like?
Yeah, that guy's like so nice. Like he's a nice guy.
How's his handshake? It's like pretty firm.
Is it firm?
It's like a
Okay.
mid firm, not like a
Okay.
crazy firm. Like I would say I have a pretty firm handshake.
Wait,
Okay,
can
yeah,
I
that
feel
Probably
is
like
pretty
yours.
Can
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel it?
Okay.
yeah. Oh, that's a little too firm. That's like too firm. Like like hi.
Okay.
The weather thing is so interesting because I really would have thought that this took place in like the summer, like the way the sun
Yeah,
was
it
shining
looks-
in that,
it looks
looked
like
was
it.
just-
Yeah, I mean it came out for Jimmy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sun was like.
So what was the last thing he said to you before you went on the slack line? Do you remember?
Something about Experian, probably. No, he was like, take your time. Like, they were all really
really?
nice because I think on the other side was like Carl and Chandler. And they're super nice. But Carl and Chandler were like screaming like crazy stuff at me. Like
They were
on
trying
the,
to get in your head?
Yeah, they were trying to get in my head. Jimmy was like
They're
super
shouting
nice about it.
nightmare, nightmare.
Yeah, they're
nightmare."
like, they were saying some crazy. I don't even know what they're
Those guys
saying.
are tricksters.
Now,
Yeah.
while you're on the slack line, I know Beast was doing the Experian, but was that there any point he like yelling to check in with you or?
Yeah, I think just like during the ad and stuff like that. But it didn't take me like too long. So in the video, I like got on the line and I thought I was gonna be totally fine. But like I was pretty nervous because like I actually only had one chance. It wasn't like for like footage or anything. Like they're like, if you cross the line without falling off to like your leash, like you will get 20 grand. If not, you will not. And so I like went all the way
Wait, so
out there.
now is
Yeah,
that
you gotta
are they serious
do
about
it.
that? Like if you weren't able to do it, you wouldn't get anything?
No, like I actually wouldn't get it. They were like very serious about it.
They just
Wow.
go back
Yeah.
on the jet and fly home.
Yeah, no, they literally would just go back and be like,
Whoa.
peace out, taking our briefcases with us.
Now, after you do the slack line, like immediately after, what was the energy like? Can you set the scene?
I was like, so I get on the line, I'm like shaking, I'm waiting because like it's still a little bit windy, right? And I get on and like, so when I get on a slack line that's really high up, I have to do like a sit start. And so on the first sit start, I get up and immediately fall, like in the like, and I'm like pretty freaked
Now that
out.
can't
Yeah.
that can't be good.
No,
Falling.
no.
And
Well,
you were-
falling, but I catch. So as long as
Yeah.
I catch it and I'm not like on my leash, like dangling,
Yeah.
that like still passes.
Oh my
So you weren't even
God.
like scared of the height. It was truly just like
No.
if I fall, it's the
Yeah,
height
it
that's
like
on the line here.
it wasn't the height.
Yeah.
It was like
Wow.
because I had been there before. Like they do like huge like events out there. With like base jumpers and stuff, but it was like really nerve wracking because I was like, I'm not like there's 20 grand on the line.
And did Beast put on any EDM for you to walk to?
Yes, his own. He's actually a DJ.
Oh.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Is he actually?
yeah.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
Wait, really?
It's new.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No. I wish. No, it was like really quiet. It was like I think that's what added to it. That it was like quiet, and then like every so often, like someone would say something because they wanted to be quiet so like I wouldn't fall, you know. And then they would say stuff like that are like lines or not lines or but the part of it, and like I didn't know what they were gonna say, so they would say stuff to me, and I'd like respond and like talk to them as I was walking. But I think falling like the first couple seconds was probably the best thing because I fell once and I was like, holy shit!
You're not letting
like,
that
I'm
happen again.
That's not happening again. And I got up and I was like, all right, and I'm just like talking to myself in my head, and then I finally make it like across the other side because it's actually like I walked off, like I didn't like stop at the end and then like scooch off, which is what I usually do because it's a lot safer.
Yeah.
But like I like walked off the cliff edge, like directly just like laid on the ground, and then they just like handed me a briefcase of money.
So it
Like
literally you do the challenge and then they just put the money in your
yeah,
face.
they just
and
like
it's over.
shove it in my face, and I'm like,
This is what you want to see in that moment.
When you say something like Experian or something after, like a second after.
Yeah, you do get hop on the ad read. You
Yeah, I'm
say
like,
download
oh, wow.
Experian.
Did
I want a little cut of
Beast
this.
offer to go double or nothing?
No.
Was there any chance to up the money?
No, but if you see this, Jimmy.
40K to cross
Now,
the giant pit.
Would you say after this experience, Mr. Beast is one of your best friends?
Yeah, definitely. We chat all the time.
Would you say that they ever indicated that they were in like a rush to get back home because they had Eric waiting in a cold freezer? Or were you like not rushed on time? Were you just kind of you were able to do it at your own pace?
I was able to do it at my own pace.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
That's nice.
He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, that's good. That's important. And I think, yeah, your section was got my heart racing.
What was
The
best
next
part?
section.
Are you guys just saying that? Or are you guys
No.
actually-
It was like real. Like I was like that thing looked
Well,
so
you know
deep.
what's funny? I was watching it after. So we have a mutual friend, Ryan, whose birthday party I saw you
Yeah.
at, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, "Is that Ye?"
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
We had met before that, right?
We'd met before that, but I didn't really know that you were like
Yeah,
a professional
okay.
slackliner.
All right, that's fair. I don't really give off. I slackline professionally.
What is like the energy that a professional slackliner usually gives off? Like people in the scene, like how would you know someone's a
hippie, smoking weed, walking barefoot?
Have you ever played hacky sack?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Do you have to play hacky sack to be a good slackliner?
I would say yes. That's one of the requirements.
Prerequisite.
And do you guys know that like the kendamas, the ball on a
yes.
cup?
Yeah.
You have to play that if you want to
crucial.
slackline.
I feel like that's like a Civil War era game or like Victorian era game. I feel like that thing's been around forever.
Yeah, it's like a
I
Japanese
think
toy.
it
from
might have
back in
been
the day.
Revolutionary War, Pete.
I think
Oh,
it's-
maybe.
I don't know if it's Civil War.
Maybe it was earlier.
I think Jimmy
Wait,
invented
which came
it.
first?
I think
There's
Revolutionary.
probably okay.
We'll have to fact check that.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, after the challenge, did you stay in touch with Beast?
Like, no.
No.
You're not pen pals.
No, I'm not pen pals.
Okay.
But we do have some mutual friends. Like we're friends with Eric. And so, yeah, we're like we have all mutual friends. We're friends with like the camera guy Tariq and stuff like that.
Does he ever have like holiday parties for all the people who've been in his videos? He throws like big like workplace kind of like holiday parties.
I wish maybe we can all get on.
Or
That would
is
be-
it like
that would be a
what
dream.
what's like a Beast party like? Is it like a Eyes Wide Shut kind of vibes? Like
No, I think it's probably pretty casual.
Yeah, just
I don't
Beast
know.
burgers and feastables with like free money laying everywhere.
Maybe he has like a scavenger hunt with
Yeah.
money hiding in
Yeah.
little eggs.
He just turns on the air in the room and the money just goes flying everywhere
Whoa.
as much as you can get.
Pretty cool.
so wait, but so after the challenge though, so you're saying you literally got the money?
Yeah.
And then did they just you get an Uber in the canyon and you're out? Or did you at least like did you get lunch with these guys?
Yeah, we grabbed dinner and stuff like that.
Okay,
I think Jimmy was kind of in a rush because he was like filming. He's like
Eric
that guy's
was
like
in the freezer.
yeah, Eric
Now,
was in the freezer.
Do you know how much he tipped at the restaurant?
Jimmy was not there, unfortunately.
Oh, Jimmy didn't come.
No, Jimmy didn't come. The
Oh.
rest of the crew came.
Okay.
Which like
Damn.
I will say like filming after so long, that is the most like well-oiled machine. Like their crew is like insane.
So-
they just like have everything down.
Well, what's the energy like
production.
on a Beast set of like, is Beast just, he's directing the whole thing? Do they have anyone else that's helping direct? Or it's just like the camera people doing their thing?
Yeah, there was like multiple cameras, right? There's like multiple cameras, and then they also have like the production team and all that. So I think everybody kind of like added in on like chimed in on whatever they needed. There's a couple people in charge, and then it's Jimmy. Jimmy gets to say whatever he wants.
So,
I think.
but is Beast directing though? Would you say?
I don't know. Like I don't know who came up with what he had to say or what he had to do.
Who gets credited?
But yeah,
But he's number one on the call sheet, right?
yeah,
Okay.
probably. I don't remember.
Interesting.
Like,
Interesting.
I'll pull it up and I'll give it to you.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you made the other challenges in this video look like crap after the fact. There was the splitter steel. There was that segment where they brought back a guy. Okay, so the concept of the challenge is someone's given the option of taking home $40,000, or they can split it, $20K each, with a stranger they'll never meet. But the stranger they'll never meet happened to be a stranger who is on the other end of this challenge, or the same end for him of this challenge.
Is it the same
Another
random
time.
person from
Same
the hot
random
and cold
guy.
room?
And
thing?
people keep choosing, or no, not It's a different guy entirely. This guy watched as someone else decided to take home all the money and refused to split it with him another time, and he was brought back to watch another guy make the choice of taking home $40K and giving this guy nothing. And it's like heartbreaking. You watch his reaction as he's watching in real time, someone just be like, yeah, no, I'm going to keep all this money to myself. 20K is not enough for both of us. I'm just going to take the full 40K.
What would you do?
I would probably take the money.
Oh, you
All
would?
of it, yeah.
You'd take all of it.
I mean, it's heartbreaking to see it with the other guys, to see the other guy's reaction. But if I didn't have to see that reaction, I would just take
You know what I would do? I would split, but I would do a banana split. I'd give a stranger 100% of it. Straight up. And if Mr.
And you'd
Beast
take
sees
home a
this,
banana?
Huh?
And you'd take home a banana?
I'd take the banana and cherry.
Okay.
And whatever else is on a banana split. The ice cream. And the chocolate.
I mean, 40K could buy a
So-
lot of banana splits, though. I mean, I'm just thinking economically,
I mean,
personally.
yay, what goes into being selected for Mr. Beast Challenge? Like, do you feel like we have what it takes at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Look at you guys.
Dude,
We're two young bucks.
Yeah, just taking on the world.
what do you think is the best way to get selected for Mr. Beast Challenge? Do they literally just pick people at random?
I actually don't know. How do they choose like the people that the not content creators or
Well, I am
random
curious.
people?
Were you subscribed? Because he usually picks subscribers.
No, I don't think.
Whoa.
Oh, you weren't even subscribed.
I wasn't
Whoa.
really even doing like YouTube that much.
Oh, wow.
Well, you're operating on a
But now
different
I-
level. You were
yeah, I was-
fully crossing canyons. You got a reputation that he wanted to.
Yeah, I was like doing
Get
like
you on board.
like my main things were TikTok and like Instagram, and YouTube was I kind of just started this like past year.
Gotcha.
But they reached out to me. I don't know. Maybe they saw something.
Well, Cam, would you be interested in recording a demo reel for Mr. Beast right now?
Sure.
As two potential candidates for a Mr. Beast challenge in the future?
Mm-hmm. And I think Yay,
I think we
previous
have an
guest
endorsement.
of Mr. Beast. Her being on the podcast, that's got to be an endorsement,
Get
right?
some kind of a recommendation. So,
I'll
Mr.
endorse
Beast.
you guys.
All right.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. All right. I mean, I'll go first. I
You go
guess.
first.
I've been thinking about this for a while. So, Mr. Beast, hi. I'm Peter. I'm 24 years old, living in sunny Los Angeles, California. I've been watching your videos for a number of years now. I've been subscribed since the day I saw your channel, and I would love nothing more than to be on one of your challenges. I would love to keep my hand on a prized possession. I would love to choose whether to split or steal money.
Here, let's do mine now.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it real short and simple.
You're hyped up on Mountain Dew.
I was drinking Prime, and then it started giving me like my heart.
You was having
Actually?
stomach issues.
I was
heart
having
issues
heart
then?
issues, stomach issues from Prime.
Which primes? The cans or like the?
No, the bottles, the popsicle one and the grape one. I was just getting like headaches
It was,
after
like,
drinking them.
too
too.
nutrient dense. I think that was like. I was like.
Well,
some-
I was
doing something to your-
self-medicated with Prime.
I've never tried prime.
I wish I had some for you here today,
He's-
but
Yeah. So now he's downgraded to Mountain Dew, but we'll see how this does. What impact it has on his energy.
this is my real Mr. Beast. If you're watching this, my name's Cam George, 24 years old. I can do it. Whatever you throw at me, I'll do it. Amazing style.
And do what?
Name a challenge. I'll say if I could do it
Squid Game.
easily.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Swim with sharks.
Like with my eyes closed.
Survive a plane crash.
I've done it like 4 times already.
I don't believe that.
That's a metaphor.
Okay.
Okay.
Get a train crash a train into a big pit, and survive.
When you're the conductor, yeah.
Now that'd be an interesting challenge.
Yeah. You think you could do it? Do you think you have what it takes?
Yeah. Mr. Beast, if you're watching, you know that we could do it.
It might not be Mr. Beast who would be watching the demo reels. He might have like a casting director who screens all this stuff.
He does have a casting director?
Maybe.
I would assume so, right?
Yeah, I'm sure
I
with an
feel like-
operation that well oiled, they've got to have.
Well, so that's crazy. So Mr. Beast straight up, there is a whole like production company, like a team. This is like a whole operation.
Yeah.
This is like
They
a
have
movie studio or
Yeah,
what?
like not a movie studio, but he has a production team with like that many people and that many people like that many like things to handle. They have a crew.
I just want to make a note. Cam, please be careful of how quickly you're chugging the Mountain Dew. I just saw you take
I feel
quite
fine.
a bit. Okay.
I feel totally fine.
I had to like.
Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. My name is Ye. If you remember me, I walked across the canyon and I endorse this demo reel.
Thank you.
That's
Why
all we
does
need.
that onto the
that's
the
how
end
to
of
say
it?
that.
This would be the ideal Mr. Beast challenge for us. Is he just brings us on and gives us like a Tesla and like 100K or something like that?
Yeah, that's just for not doing anything, just for being you guys.
Well, if he even like wanted to come out to Los Angeles to do it too, we would be more than happy.
I'd
to
fly
have
him
it.
out.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Because I'd fly him out. Like if he were to give me 100K, then I could fly him out and I'll just pay him back. I put him up too.
With the 100K.
Yeah, with the money.
Just he fronts it.
Yeah.
And then,
Mhm.
or you front it. And
I
then,
I front the money.
Yeah.
And then he gives me a big sum and I can pay him back.
I think that's a good idea. It's pretty foolproof.
I mean, should we even bother to touch on the final challenge of this episode? I think we should.
Absolutely.
Pay it the respects, even though
Because it
you
was,
know,
I think, fake as hell.
fake. Okay, so there's a challenge contestant, Brian, given the chance to cross alligator-infested waters for $20,000. He does it and makes it the way back. And he's
Now,
like,
and also, can I just know, 20K for alligator water? He
covers
went
the
across
cost of a limb or
canyon.
two.
Well, I'm just saying, like, someone got underpaid and someone got overpaid here. Yeah, I think you should have made like $1 million at least.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Okay, if you guys are saying that mine's was the craziest part, which hopefully you guys aren't lying,
No.
do you think that's why they put the ad read over mine?
Wait, what do you
Like,
mean?
do you think because it's like, oh, like people usually swipe away for ad reads, so let's
The
put
most
it over
eyes are gonna
interesting-
be
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
on
That's the
you
that's
over
the
the
biggest
canyon.
compliment you could have gotten from Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. This,
It's like
I don't know.
the
They didn't
Purple
tell me.
Heart.
Yeah, Beast
Essentially.
Purple Heart. But so with this challenge, this guy has to go across these little like wooden pegs and stones, and there's like alligators in the water.
These little critters are just snapping at him.
Well, this is the thing. He goes over, and there's one shot I'm gonna put up on screen now where you can see a wrangler in the background with a long stick.
like an alligator wrangler?
Yeah. I honestly think, like, there's no way they're gonna let an alligator bite this guy, right?
Yeah, I don't know why you're so hung up on that. I mean, there's always the chance of an alligator getting out of line and snapping.
Well,
So
but I'm like, it's the same thing with the shark one. Like with the shark one, it didn't look like they have any like medics or like shark professional people on set because they weren't dangerous sharks.
yeah, I mean, well, you're the one who's seen Jaws. I mean, are they typically that dangerous? That like they, like how dangerous is the average shark from your own research?
Well, great whites.
Like,
well, I think they're
the
pretty
consensus
dangerous.
I
Great
feel like
whites
you
are
can
the
just like
ones.
punch them like really hard and they're
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah.
Like I think if like a shark attacks you, I think your best bet is to like punch them, is what they say,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Now-
Cam's
Or
told me
PETA's
about a
gonna come
strategy of
after
his. Cam has often fantasized about being in a shark attack.
I wouldn't
in his
say
Well, I mean,
fantasize.
you've got some response that you kept on deck, and
Okay, well, this is just what I say because I watch movies like Jaws or like The Reef or like Deep Blue or whatever, and it's like,
Soul
The
Surfer.
fish tails.
yeah, it's like these people get attacked by a shark and they're in the water, and it's like, say there's a group of 3 people, one of them is getting attacked by the shark, he starts like screaming and going crazy and yelling for help. Now in my mind, I'm like, what's that gonna do? Realistically, it's just gonna rile the shark up more, right?
So your strategy would be
So if I'm in a shark attack and a shark was attacking me, I'd just be chill as hell.
If he was just like waving you around by the leg, you're just gonna be chill as hell.
I wouldn't be screaming because
he
honestly,
talks a big game.
it doesn't do anything. I think it's honestly a little immature. I think it's lame. You're gonna be fine a little bit for the most part, probably.
Yeah, like I guess. Yeah, you're right.
And
It's
if
like
not,
you're already getting attacked.
if not, I'm like, that's so annoying, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Like imagine if you're hanging out with a friend and they start getting attacked by a shark and they start screaming. That's like crazy.
Yeah. It's like if I like fell off the line, like I probably wouldn't scream because like the outcome's gonna be the same. I
Exactly.
Just, like don't want to annoy everyone in the cannon.
Yes,
He's gonna
exactly.
plummet in peace.
Yeah. Just like smile.
It's like I'm not
Get a
trying
little
to.
thumbnail.
I'm not trying to make a whole scene, you know.
Yeah. I could see that. That's a fair point.
I hear Cam scream when he stubs his toe at home. I mean, this guy talks a big game. I mean, if you want to talk about not screaming during a shark attack, I think that's a fun fact you could include in your demo reel if you want to re-record that.
Yeah,
in case there's ever a swimming with sharks challenge again.
None of this, Pete, takes away from the fact, though, that I think with this challenge, it was a little rigged. They had gator wranglers. I think the guy was fine.
Wasn't the guy a gator wrangler?
Yeah, that's another
because that's
part
his
of
talent, right?
Yeah.
Like he works with alligators now.
He knows that they can be chill, but he knows that they can also be feisty. And I think he was gambling.
Well, how do you even stop a gator? You have to like sit on it and like put it in a chokehold or something?
Yeah, just like wrestle it. It's like same with like snapping turtles. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any encounters with alligators or anything?
I've held a baby alligator. You know, like
Whoa.
when you go to like Florida or something.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
I've
Like
been
the
to Gator
Everglades.
World in Florida,
It's cool.
so I know.
Is that near Disney World?
Kind of. I think it's in what part of? Was I in Fort Lauderdale? What am I thinking of?
The Keys?
No, not the
Or
Keys.
no. Tallahassee.
No.
The Everglades.
It honestly it doesn't matter. I mean, the
Okay.
thing about this is, yeah, I don't think this challenge was that crazy. If anything, I think they should have put your challenge at the end with maybe an ad read, because
At
I'm
the
just
end?
like building up to it.
I mean, if you want to look at it that way, I
Also,
think
why
it's,
was this video called "Swimming with Sharks for 100K" and not slacklining over a canyon for 20K?
well, because sharks are the more visual kind of thing. You know, you see sharks in the thumbnail, you're gonna click on that. But the slacklining, you stay for that. You know that that's coming up, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna wait for the most exciting part. And I think Mr. Beast did. You know, I think he is paying you some compliments by
Putting
front loading and back loading the video with some weaker challenges.
Now, is the
so that you
20K
can shine.
was that all in cash or was that a big check?
It was cash.
Roar?
You might have to roar.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say in that
Okay.
moment.
Okay.
No
What
worries.
do other people say? Like, what does the internet say?
Well, I mean, there are conspiracies out there that, and I've said
dabbles in them.
A different episode that maybe not all of this stuff is real. So maybe some money on set, I'm seeing it flying around in the wind, and I'm thinking that's got to be play money, right?
I don't know. I didn't ask. Just gonna
Do you think
deposit
people?
it all into the bank.
Do you think Beast on set has the demeanor of someone that you're not going to go up to him and just like ask some like dumbass question?
No, dude, he was so nice. He was like,
He was very approachable.
super, super like humble. Like all of them, they're all super nice. Like,
Wow.
you know, you meet like famous people, you're like, oh, they're gonna be so nice, and then they're like just the devil. But it really is the angel.
He's an angel.
He's an
Here
angel.
he is, the most
Yeah.
subscribed individual on YouTube, humble as hell. I mean,
He
that says a
deserves
lot
it.
about it.
He
Yeah.
works hard.
It's a
Smart guy.
testament to him.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he came from humble beginnings. He's continuing those humble trends, and I mean, I think it's really admirable. That's why
Well,
we
I think
did
it
this,
especially
started this
be even more
podcast.
admirable of him if he were to get us on a challenge beat or give us some cash. That would be admirable as hell.
Yeah, it would be, but you can still be admirable even before doing that.
Well, I'll tell you what else was admirable. So the cold room guy won 80K.
80K for a
That's what
total
we end on.
stranger.
B story goes back. I don't know. I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, he's not shivering that hard.
You think that was staged?
I don't know. Nah,
Wow.
I don't know.
All right, we
Yeah,
got
look
a
at that
beast of
cold to me.
non-believer over here.
I'm
All
just
these
saying. I mean, I
peddling
feel like the
conspiracies
canyon
to
might
every
have been
guest
the
we have
canyon
on
might
here.
have been colder than the room. I don't know. You know.
Maybe. I mean,
What
yeah,
month-
the
what
weather
month
thing is
were you out there
surprising.
yet?
I actually don't remember. I'm gonna say it was Christmas Day.
Do you have anything else in the works with Mr. Beast?
No, but I would love to slackline over a volcano or onto hot air balloons or something.
Now, how do you get the pricing for slacklining and stuff? Like, if you were going over a volcano, and it was a Mr. Beast challenge.
Yeah.
Like, let's say Mr. Beast comes back to you and he's like, I want you to do this
Yeah.
over a volcano. What are you asking for?
I don't
Like,
think I can ask
realistically.
him.
He
Like, I
sets
don't
the
ask him.
prices.
He
Say-
sets it.
Well, I'm just saying, what if he was saying, name your price?
Oh, dude.
Volcano.
400K.
Okay. All right.
400K?
No, I'd do it probably for like 50K.
Okay.
That's the lowest you'd do it for?
No, I'd probably if he like set up the whole production, I would do that for free. Like that sounds so fun.
Really?
That sounds so fun.
So
Like,
after doing the video, did you get a lot of? Because there is this sensation online of like if you're in a Mr. Beast video,
Yeah.
or he shouts you out or whatever, you
Your
just
hot stuff.
explode.
yeah, I mean he said my name, but I wasn't really like my name's like on social media is Yay Slacks, right? So like you would have to like figure that out on your own. But like all my videos, like for a while, people were like, "Oh, you're the girl from the Mr. Beast video. You're the girl from the Mr. Beast video," which is pretty sick. I still get that, like on YouTube, because
You got it
like
from
most
us.
stuff.
You got it from Cam.
Yeah.
When he was watching the video, I was like, "Whoa, that's the girl from the Mr. Beast video."
Not to pigeonhole you into that. You're so much more, but that is such a crazy role, right? It's like anyone on the internet, like being in a Mr. Beast challenge is like being in a I don't know.
Prestige television series.
Yeah. It's like being in Mad Men or something.
no one in person has ever been like, "You're the girl from the Mr. Beast video."
What did your family say about it?
Sorry.
Oh no, that was on me.
Injure you.
I'm swinging over here.
What did my family say about it? I don't think they knew who Mr. Beast was. Like my nephew did, but like my parents like could care less. They're
Really?
like, "Oh, you won 20K. Like that's sick."
That's cool.
What can I ask what you did with the money?
Yes. So I used part of it to base jump with like my two friends that I like brought out there. So I was able to hire 3 of my friends to like rig and help with the project, and one of my friends is like a very famous base jumper, and so I was able to like pay part of that for like that and jump off with like my 2 friends from here.
Wait,
and then
where did you base jump?
in Moab.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
you went back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, we were there. It was like
Oh, it
that
was
weekend.
right after
Yeah.
you.
And, like we were
You
like, "Oh,
literally
we did
get the
this.
money
like,
and
let's
you're
go
just
and
like,
jump." Yeah.
wow.
It's like a little bit of that.
That's awesome.
He didn't take like all our money, so I just kind of just bought him a really expensive dinner.
That's
Not
nice.
20 grand. But then the other part of the 20 grand, I like do the series where I bring other people like on adventures. I call it the Noodle series, where I just get random people on the streets. I hold up a sign that says Noodles. I wait till someone comes up to me, and if you like agree to go on an adventure with me, I'll give you like this cup of noodle. And so I brought like this girl like skydiving, like surprise skydiving, and like
Oh my god.
yeah, like it's some crazy stories too. Like,
Dude, you're like the most adventurous person I've ever met.
It is.
really?
Well, let me ask you,
probably
let me
true,
ask you
yeah.
this. In November, on my birthday, I was gonna go skydiving in Hawaii,
Yeah.
and I was gonna do it with Cole Hirsch, who I don't know when this episode is coming out.
But
Either has
recent
been or will
Or
be.
future guest on the podcast.
Yeah,
Friend of the pod.
because Cole had skydived before,
Mhm.
and he was gonna take me skydiving, and I was so amped. And then I read in the news that the same, like the skydive place, like in 2019, this was last year, but in 2019, like a plane took off and one of the engines like collapsed and it crashed and like 20 something people died.
The same place you were gonna jump off?
Yeah.
Like in the past though, right?
Well, that was in 2019. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah, it's like 4 years ago.
If that were to
That's
happen to
scary.
you, would you scream?
no, I'd be
100%.
chill as hell.
Okay.
But I guess I'm just wondering, because I do still kind of want to skydive, but I saw that and I made him cancel.
I mean, I feel
was
like
so
there's
scared.
fatalities in everything, right?
Yeah.
Like
But
you get in your car every day.
Could have a soda
Okay.
machine fall on you. It
Yeah.
happens.
You
pretty
could, a shark
regularly.
could attack you right now.
But you know what truly like made so much sense to me is then Andrew Michon, future guest on this podcast, told me, he was like, look, if you think about it like this, jumping out of a plane in the sky is inherently dangerous. That just clicked for me. Like I
Changed
never
his whole world.
because well before this thing, I never knew people died skydiving. Straight up. I didn't know that was a thing.
He thought,
Actually,
yeah.
I'm not
There's-
kidding. Like, because I always thought people were just like strapped to an instructor and you just do it.
no, it happens.
Yeah,
'Cause,
sometimes the
like,
instructor dies too.
yeah, like before you die.
But then just hearing that phrase that jumping out of a plane is inherently dangerous, I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. Because it is, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I
Just
like that.
jumping out of a plane in
Right.
the sky,
So
right?
is swimming with sharks. So
Yep.
is crossing a canyon.
Well,
Yeah,
not
I
all
guess-
sharks.
So is crossing
I'm always
alligator-infested waters.
trying to make up excuses for why it's not dangerous. I'm like, oh, there's like a main line, a backup line, but inherently, I guess it is dangerous.
Well,
But you're doing it the best you can. It's
Yeah, it's still
Incredible to watch.
kicking and
yeah.
breathing, whatever the saying is.
yeah. Before we let you go, do you maybe just want to tell the camera, as if Mr. Beast is watching, a little catch up? Like, how have you been since?
Asking him how. I've
Or no,
been-
just maybe just give him a brief, like, how have you been, so he could like check up on you.
You know the
like,
song "Stan"
Huh?
by Eminem and Elton John,
No.
where it's it's actually the origin of the word "stan," because it's a fan writing to Eminem,
Okay.
a crazed fan who's at his wit's end, about to drive into the ocean, but writing a final letter to Eminem about idolizing him. So kind of not quite in that vein, but along those lines. Like if you want to do your best Stan letter to Mr. Beast, we would love
okay.
to hear it.
Hey, Jimmy. Ever since I won that 20K, I've been really happy because I've been able to spread your joy that you have spread to me to other people and bring them on adventures and make them happy. And I'm very, very grateful for that. I stan you, Jimmy. And you inspired me to do YouTube. I'm a YouTuber now, Jimmy.
Giant explosion.
Rawr.
That's how the
Yeah, thank
Song
you
would
so
end
much
if it
for
was in the
coming
song.
on Beast Spot Official,
yeah.
the
Thank you.
official companion podcast.
This
of
has
Mr.
been
Beast.
such a delight
Yeah,
having
thank
an
you guys.
actual
You guys are fun
challenge
people.
contestant.
And I
Thank you.
think Jimmy should have you guys on
Thank
a
you.
challenge.
Listen to that.
You said it.
This guy wouldn't even
wouldn't
scream if he
That's
died.
true.
No, not at all. I'd be so chill, even
Put
if
him-
something went wrong.
Put him in like one of those rooms where the walls are closing in on him, and you see if he screams.
I'd climb out so easily.
Okay. Well, this has been so fun. This has been Would You Swim with Sharks for $100,000. Chris swam with sharks and won $100,000 for a stranger. Thank you so much for coming on to recap it, sharing your experience in the video. Yeah, I guess we'll just sign off with a roar. Or
Well,
did you
we'll sign
already
off
share your?
And yeah,
Thanks,
where
guys.
where can people
Yeah.
find you and everything you're doing?
Yay Slacks, YEHSLACKS on all social media.
I'll say that
um,
deserves a roar.
Roar.
We need the biggest roar you can give us right now.
Uh,
Like, don't hold back.
All right. Whoa.
You're good. You're good.
Knock everything over. All right.
It's a tight room we're in.
Dude, Pete does them
damn.
loud. I want you to be.
Okay. All right.
That was good, huh?
That was daunting.
Are you guys gonna give me money for being on this podcast, like Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
probably?
Pete's gonna
Yeah,
Venmo
we'll-
you.
Okay.
I'm filling out
personally.
the tax forms. I'm getting
Alright,
all that
sick.
stuff finalized. Do you want to go next, Cam?
I'm like a sleeping giant. I give the hint.
That
of
was a
something
grumble. That's
bigger.
definitionally
Kinda
not a
something
roar.
like this.
This guy likes his antics.
Creature in the cave.
All right, allow me to go. Roar!
Subscribe now, or we will delete your Fortnite account.